Hello everyone, welcome back. It's CoachFury here today, and we are back with our latest episode in our Let's Play series of The Answer, which is Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 20 Let's Play, where we are the Philadelphia 76ers going back in time and trying to see whether we can give The Answer, or aka Allen Iverson, a title that he never won for his career. And it's a really important episode. This episode coming up here, in that we have got through the playoffs. We have had some crazy runs through the playoff series, beating the Milwaukee Bucks in 7, which was a huge upset, and then turning over the Cleveland Cavaliers, a bit of an all-star Cavaliers lineup really in this Let's Play, and we are through to the finals. And well, we have an incredible challenge coming up against us. In that, in the finals, as you probably would expect, we are up against none other than the LA Lakers, the Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal LA Lakers, nonetheless. And here they are. So this is our challenge for this finals. This is what we've got to get past. And I thought we'd probably just take a couple of minutes at the beginning of this, just talking through where I think the Lakers' strengths are, where their weaknesses are. And then thinking about how we're going to try and combat that, whether we're going to change any of our strategy or not. So, I mean, as you can probably see from the lineup, I mean, the immediate obvious thing is that they have a Shaquille O'Neal in his prime, and he has had an amazing season and is just an amazing player in this Let's Play. He's pretty good all across the board. His scoring's phenomenal. He's a great defensive presence. He draws fouls at such a crazy rate. So whoever we put up against him is likely going to hit foul issues in some of the games in the series. So we're going to have to try and think about how we combat that. I guess the only downside really is that his court IQ and discipline is not great. It's what I'd say is average for a starting big man really. So the positive thing is, because his discipline is quite low, it means that he might give away some fouls and some errors that he might not necessarily do normally. And I mean, his passing hand is actually pretty good for a big man. So that's one juggernaut of a player that we've got to try and get past. The other one is obviously Kobe Bryant. Everyone knows about the tandem, the two of them at the time. A phenomenal scoring guard, and is replicated here in this Let's Play. He's surprisingly, he's a really good scorer. His passing and handling is not as good as I thought it might be, but he's still solid for a shooting guard. His stealing and defensive ability is pretty good. He doesn't draw fouls that much as Shaquille O'Neal, so I guess that's a positive. But obviously his court IQ is pretty insane, and again his discipline is slightly low, so that's a positive for us. So in terms of the Lakers, they're the two main threats quite clearly on this roster. I guess because they've got both of those, they're paying Shaquille O'Neal $40 million, Kobe Bryant $27 million. They don't have much else in terms of the roster though. I mean, the only other real sort of serviceable player really is Chris Whitney, who, let's be honest, if he was in a normal roster, he more than likely would end up being probably a bench guard. I mean, his passing and handling is okay. It's passable. His defensive ability is not bad. He's a pretty average all-around point guard, and because he's on the Lakers, I guess he basically all they really need him to do is distribute the ball and play a bit of defense. So yeah, that's probably the only other real threat they have. I mean, they have a young Eddie Griffin who's a fairly good shot blocking defensive power forward, but he's not going to give them much else, I don't think, at this stage in his career. So they're the two sort of tandems alongside it, and then apart from that, they don't really have much else. I mean, we're looking at a 32-year-old Rick Fox who's average across the board at this stage of his career. Cedric Ceballos, who is not really getting much game time. There's not much else really to sort of shout about really for this team. So in terms of the Lakers, I mean, we can look at their strategy, I guess, for this finals. I mean, they're predominantly going to be post-focus, which you probably would expect when you've probably got the best centre in the league in Shaquille O'Neal. So no surprises there. And defense, they actually play an attack defense, which is interesting. So they basically are trying to force us to drive more into the interior of that defence, because I guess, well, quite simply, they have Shaquille O'Neal there, a great defensive presence, and Eddie Griffin in there, who's also a good defender, even though he's a rookie. So, they're obviously playing to their strengths on both sides of the ball. So it's going to be a real challenge for us to try and match that and get past it. But, I'm confident really, because, when I look at this matchup, yes, I know that, if Kobe or Shaquille O'Neal, if they both go off in a game, we probably aren't going to win it. We can't match that, or we don't have the star quality that they have. But we do have some better strengths. So when I look at this and I look at our roster against the Lakers roster, we are clearly much deeper team. So we can play far more aggressive, a faster pace, and really force them to basically get up and down and waste energy as much as possible. When I look at it, I think, Eddie Snow could possibly be a real X factor for us, because he is such a good point guard for us. He's been scoring really well, and him against Chris Whitney, I think there's going to be an advantage there for us. Obviously Allen Iverson against Kobe Bryant is going to be a fascinating matchup to watch, because they can both put points on. I'd probably argue that Kobe Bryant's probably a slightly better defender, but Allen Iverson probably will be more aggressive defensively. So that's going to be interesting to see what plays out there. I mean, in terms of the other positions, so we've got Chandler against Shaquille O'Neal. That's just going to be a complete nightmare for us. And Ben Wallace against Griffin. So hopefully Ben Wallace can take advantage of that matchup. And then we've obviously got Lynch in a small forward, who I think is just a better player than they have in Fox. So at this stage of his career, both experienced veterans, but Lynch is probably a slightly better all-round player. So in terms of how we're going to tackle this, I think to begin with, we're going to just stick with what we've got. So, obviously we're going to go balanced. We're going to go straight man to man. I think that's the way to go to begin with, and just see how the first game plays out. I think, if Snow can get the better of Whitney, Lynch can get the better of probably Fox is going to play there, and Wallace can get the better of Griffin, and we can basically hopefully utilize that to the best of its ability and allow Shaquille O'Neal or Kobe Bryant to go off. If we can stop one of the two, that probably is going to be enough for us to get a bit of an edge. Obviously we're forgetting the fact that we've got Iverson. So whether we rotate Iverson down is another thing I've been thinking about, depending on how the series goes, because we could possibly put Iverson on some, even blimey, Lopez is playing, so we could possibly put Iverson on Lopez in a small forward and just really see if that gives us an advantage there. Lopez is 6'5", so I think we will probably play the first game and just see how it plays out, and then whether we rotate that round. Because we could easily put Lynch on Bryant, except that probably Bryant is going to get the better of Lynch at this stage of his career, and just basically hope that the Lynch versus Bryant matchup is not as bad as the the Iverson versus Lopez matchup. If we can get Iverson scoring 35 plus points, I think that really gives us a great advantage. And if we can slow Kobe Bryant down, then that probably is just enough to get through in this. So it's going to be a real tough matchup. I'm actually really looking forward to this. I think this one could go possibly to 7 games. Both teams have some real strengths and real weaknesses. Clearly, as we've said, the strength of the Lakers is that they've got 2 real just elite players, so probably top 5 players. The advantage for us is that we have more depth, and so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out and how it goes in this matchup. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to play through the first game and see how we get on. And we're going to play all of these games live, I think, because it is the finals. And we came so close last season. We got back here. We got completely. Oh, sorry, we didn't get back here last season. It's our first time we've been here. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to play them all live and rotate as we go and see how we get on. So without further ado, let's go straight into the first game. Okay, let's go for it. Obviously going to watch, and we're obviously not going to control anything. We're going to let our coach do the rotation bits because we've set them all up. There we go. Right, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Basically, Operation slow Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant down, and hope that Allen Iverson does enough for us in the game to kind of give us the win. We have got some things we can probably think about in terms of how we could possibly slow someone like Shaquille O'Neal down. But I just want, first game is always a bit of a feeler, just to see how the teams match up, see how they do against each other. As they've just taken a slight lead over us, it's very much neck and neck in this first quarter. We've got things we can think about in terms of whether we utilise our depth more and really push against the bench that they have, which is nowhere near as good as us. And we need, there are things we can do to try and slow Shaquille O'Neal down if he tries to put a foothold in the game. As we take a slight, very narrow lead here into the sort of back end of the second quarter, well, halfway through the second quarter now. Shaquille O'Neal has actually been 1 of 6, so Operation Stop Shaquille O'Neal is so far going okay for the first half. We don't really want him to basically come alight. If he comes alight, he could win this game on his own. As Eric Snow has had a great game, 4 of 7 so far. Not really being helped by Iverson actually at the moment. He's 1 of 5 in this opening game. Looks like we're going to take a very slim lead going into the first half of this game 1 matchup. 10-point lead. Snow's had a good half. Chandler has hit foul issues. Wallace has had a really good half though. 16 points, 12 rebounds. It's nothing to be shy about at all. Iverson's not had a great game. 20 minutes so far. He's 1 of 5. But on the other end, it looks like Shaquille O'Neal's been struggling, and so has Bryant. Bryant has actually hit foul trouble. He only played 5 minutes in that first half. So that's positive for us, is that he is going to be playing limited minutes. Let's see if we can hold this 10-point lead and get away with a game 1 win, which would be the first time I think in this Let's Play series that we've held on to a game 1. But as soon as I say that, they are creeping back into it. The gap has been slimmed down to about 9 points now. We've just got to basically keep ourselves going. Looks like Ben Wallace is having a fantastic game. 16 points now. Eric Snow having a positive game as well. And we are managing to stop them in terms of shooting numbers. I mean, they're only shooting 38%, which is really good to see. Keep that lead going. Come on, guys. Iverson, you're not having the best game, but looks like Wallace is probably going to bow you out, and so Snow. Wallace is now on 20 points. Snow nearly on 20 points. Shaquille O'Neal has actually come back, and a bit more better performance from him. He's 5 of 13 now. Probably not expecting that to happen in any of the other games. As Kobe Bryant has stepped back in now. The lead is still there, still at about 10 points, with just under 6 minutes to go now. We're looking okay at this moment in time. We just need to stop them from making a run here, which they are trying to do actually in the back end of this. Still the gap's just over 13 points now, so it looks like we are going to probably be okay now. Minute to go. 9-point game at this stage, 47 seconds to go. It looks like we're going to come away with a game 1 win here, which is massive for us. 7-point gap. We managed to secure it in the end, mainly thanks to a fantastic performance from Ben Wallace. 24 points, 18 rebounds and a block. That is fantastic against probably the best centre in the league, as I've said before, who actually did play 43 minutes. He managed 18, 11 and 5 blocks, but that 9 turnovers, that was massive. So a fantastic performance from our team there to get the game 1 win as we head into the second game. So we will obviously save it there as usual, to make sure that we don't have any issues in terms of crashes. So have we got any injuries? That's the first thing we need to check. It does not look like we have. That's good. That's good news. So I guess we are going to go into game 2 pretty much the same, I think. I don't think we necessarily need to change anything. It kind of worked. We've managed to slow them down. We'll see. Can we hold home court advantage? I'm highly doubtful. I don't think Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant are going to have an off game like that again. But we'll see. We'll see. Might make some decisions in terms of what we do for the away games. But the positive thing is that we've held the first game, which we haven't done for quite a long time actually in any Let's Play series really that I've been doing. So that's good news. Looks like the Lakers are coming out with a bit of vengeance here in the first quarter here. taking up a nice little lead. Shaquille O'Neal's perfect line from the line. He's 2 of 2 and a rebound so far. So it looks like we've managed to pick them back though. Matching them back up here. And Iverson having a bit of a better game. He's 2 of 4 so far. So maybe we'll get a bit better performance out of Iverson. You never know. That might be enough to swing us here the game too. But it's definitely neck and neck at the moment. As they rotate, their bench rotation has come in now. So we need to stretch out a little bit of a lead if we can here. Try and get a couple of points up. And as soon as I say that, the Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant come straight back in. As soon as we manage to get like about a 4-point lead at that stage, as they take a lead now. Kobe Bryant 5 of 6. He's having a really good night so far for them, which is not good news for us. But it's definitely neck and neck. Both teams are sharing buckets at the minute. It's, you know, we're not shooting particularly well. They are shooting fairly well at the moment. So we'll see how that pans out. Looks like they are definitely playing Shaquille O'Neal heavy minutes though. It's basically just staying on the court from what we can see. And looks like it's going to be neck and neck, and it is as we go into the second half here. Fair to say, Allen Iverson's had another pretty poor performance, 3 of 8 so far, but he is getting to the line. That's the main thing, I guess. So he is basically forcing Kobe Bryant to basically not play many minutes, even though he's having a really good night. He's 5 of 7, 9 minutes, which is phenomenal. But those 3 fouls that he's had against Iverson have really made the difference for us to just nudge up the lead here. Same with Chandler. Chandler's obviously hit foul trouble against Shaquille O'Neal, so that's an interesting matchup we'll have to keep an eye on. Which does mean that Dal Davis is having to come in, and he has basically hit 5 fouls pretty quickly. So I mean, guess it looks like next up is basically going to be Hill in there. So you know that's interesting from the sense that both teams are sort of fouling each other out. Their elite players are certainly. So yeah, we've taken a 1-point lead here. Ben Wallace is having another pretty solid game. Eric Snow as well is having another solid game. So we'll see if those two can sort of get us over the line here. But it's definitely neck and neck really. We've come out early with a couple of points lead here, and they immediately pick us back. But looks like this one could go down to the wire. This could be a really decisive game 2 here. We've managed to sneak out 2 or 3 point lead at the moment. As the Lakers peg us back, it's all tied up. Immediately we take a 2-point lead. Iverson's 4 of 13 now, so he's getting to the line really well. He's just not finishing very well, which is probably similar of what we would expect from Iverson. We want him to get to the line. We want him to foul out Kobe Bryant possibly if we can, because if we can knock out at least one of those star players, it means that the bench has to come in and gives us a chance. And it's definitely neck and neck here as we're going into the fourth quarter here. 85 apiece, 87 apiece. It's just trading buckets here at the moment. Shaquille O'Neal now 32 points. He's 8 of 12. Bryant is back in now, so he's been in foul trouble, but he's back in. The Lakers are taking a slight lead here. 7 minutes to go. This is really going to go down to the wire, I think. They've taken a 5-point lead now, so both stars are in, and they're actually playing really well against us. So we are now struggling a little bit. The gap is 5 points with 4 minutes to go. We're going to slow it right down, I think. At this point now, 3.5 minutes to go. We're down by 2. Lakers in possession. Bryant hits the ball up, misses, grabs the rebound. We're back in now, so we've got Iverson on it. Iverson's actually surprisingly playing small forward, which is interesting. Didn't think I had him in there. But Iverson takes it and he makes it. So it's 100 apiece. 2 minutes, under 3 minutes to go, and it's been stolen immediately by McKay. McKay's come and put it back, and we've taken a 2-point lead now. Blimey, this is definitely going to go down to the wire, guys. This is crazy. So Shaquille O'Neal's got it. O'Neal's moved, passes it back out to Bryant. Bryant puts it. It's a defensive foul, so immediately is free throws, and Bryant makes both of them, as you probably would expect. We've got Williams in. We've got some interesting rotation lineups here in. So we've got Snow playing at shooting guard, Iverson playing at small forward, McKay and McLeod in. So we've obviously hit all kinds of foul issues because our actual Wallace is out, Chandler's out, Davis is out. So we have got an interesting front court operating here against Shaquille O'Neal. So that's going to be a real challenge for us. So Bryant hits it, he buries it, 2-point game. So it looks like McKay's taken the shot, but it was a dead ball. Okay, so inbounded out. We are down by 2 now, just under a minute and a half to go now. Into Bryant. Bryant into, I'm not sure who that is. Oh, and there was a kickball violation into Shaquille O'Neal. This is a massive possession now. If we can make a stop here with under a minute to go, probably when we get the ball back, we might have a chance. But 2-point game, and we've had a defensive foul immediately. Shaquille O'Neal hits neither. Shaquille O'Neal hits neither on the defensive foul. So Eric Snow's on the ball, gives it off to Iverson. 59 seconds to go. Iverson hits it, bounces off, rebound. 53 seconds to go. This probably is going to seal the game if they get up. Oh, and we've stolen it. Oh no, did we steal it? Oh yeah, we stole it. Dishes out to Hill. Hill's going in. Hill makes it, and he gets the. Oh no, he doesn't. He gets fouled. My bad. He doesn't make it. So we hit 1 or 2. So it's a 1-point game now. 30 seconds to go. Into Griffin. Griffin out to Whitney. Back out to Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal immediately gets fouled. He hits 1. He hits 1 or 2. So still a 2-point game. 24 seconds to go. McKay into Snow. Snow hits it. It bounces in. It's all tied up with 18 seconds to go. This probably is going to be the play of the game. This is probably going to be the deciding one now. Lakers have the last possession. And what the heck happened just there? Iverson draw the charge. Okay, so we've got 5 seconds to go. And we have the ball with Eric Snow at the top of the key. He gives it into Iverson. 3 seconds to go. Iverson's going to take the last shot here. He takes it. He can't make the mark. We've gone to overtime. Neither team could get it done in regulation. So we are going straight to overtime here. So we've got 5 minutes on the clock. We're in all kinds of foul trouble at this point. I'm amazed that they've managed to keep Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal in, as they immediately score a bucket straight away. And there's a dead ball violation, looks like. So if we pull this out of the bag, it's definitely going to be down to our bench rather than our actual starting lineup here at this point. Let me just pause this and just go through this. So we are playing, let me put it this way, we're playing Hill and Jones in our front court. 2 guys who are probably our third option in power forward and centre. We are playing McKay at point guard because it looks like, I'm guessing Snow's possibly top knackered. So hopefully Snow will come back in. We still got Lynch, we still got Iverson, but we are down by 4 now. So full court press is coming up. McKay dishes it out to Iverson. Iverson shoots, rattles out. 4-point game still, 4 minutes to go. They hit the shot, missed. Rebounds gathered. Iverson's in, out to Jones. Jones out to Hill. Basically our bottom end of the bench players. Hill rattles it out. We're going to struggle to score, I think, at this point. We basically only really have Iverson and Lynch in, who are sort of traditional scorers. Over to Griffin. Griffin gets it. Griffin dunks it. So we're now down by 6 with 3.5 minutes to go. Okay, he's got it. He's dished it out to Lynch. Oh, there's a foul, I guess. Yeah, looks like a foul. Iverson's on the ball. Iverson goes in. Puts it in. So we're now down by 4 with 3 minutes to go. We're behind. We are chasing now. That's the thing. Bryant's got it. Out to Lopez. Into McGavindo. We've stolen it. McKay's stolen it. So Iverson's now got it. Iverson into McKay. Oh, they've stolen it. They've gone down the other end and they've put it home on a fast break. So it's a 6-point game. This is going to be a miracle if we get this one. Iverson's in. He puts it in. So it's now a 4-point game. Iverson is not going to let us go in this. He's 9 of 26. He's not shooting well, but he's having to take a lot of the scoring load on. And Marsden put it in. My blimey. So a 6-point game now. Out to Iverson. Oh no, there's a foul. Foul number 5 on someone there. I couldn't see who it was. Out to McKay. Dishes out to Hill. Hill hits the shot. And it goes in. So now 4-point game. Under 2 minutes to go. O'Neal is back in. O'Neal and Bryant are knackered at this point. So's Snow. Snow's back in. Iverson's come out. It's definitely a battle of the fouls and the fitness in this one. Dishes it out to. There's a foul on there on Bryant. So they're going to go up here by 6. 6 with 1.5 minutes to go. We definitely need some stops here at this point. And we need to basically keep scoring. We dish it out to Lynch. Lynch into, I'm not sure who that is. Out to Snow. Snow back out to 55. It's Williams. Williams shoots. Misses. Rebounds grabbed by Lynch. Lynch puts it back. Rattles out. We grab the rebound again though. Snow's got it. Snow with the attempt. And he puts it in through traffic. 4-point game with a minute on the clock left, and we foul. It looks like there with Whitney taking it. 6-point game. We're probably out of this one now at this point, guys. Lynch puts it up, misses it, dishes it back out to Williams. Williams misses. Yeah, at this point, 42nd, we're fouling immediately now. We need a bit of a miracle at this point. And they stole the ball and they've gone down and put it in. And I think we're out of this one. It looks like we couldn't get it done in overtime, as they take a massive lead now. And I'm going to be very interested actually to see what the foul issues were. So let's have a look. So yeah, so Chandler fouled out in 7 minutes, which is not ideal against Shaquille O'Neal. Ben Wallace fouled out in 24 minutes, which is not ideal. We also had Davis and McLeod foul out against Shaquille O'Neal. So just to give you a sense of how dominant Shaquille O'Neal is, he fouled out 4 guys basically. So Wallace had to come over probably and cover the centre position. Likewise, we couldn't foul out any of their guys. Bryant hit 3 fouls. Yeah, so not the ideal game too really, but we pushed them all the way. So I think for this next game, I'm going to adjust something. So what I'm thinking, guys, is that rather than playing strike man to man, I'm thinking we probably play passive. So we protect the paint more, basically to stop Shaquille O'Neal, reduce drives, which Bryant is going to be effective against, and post entry. So we're going to basically say to him, if you want to beat us, you're going to have to play a slightly different way. In terms of the depth chart, I think for game 3, I think we leave it as is, because yeah, I think we do. I mean, I think we just need Iverson to basically play a better game. If Iverson's really poor in this game 3, we might want to adjust him and put him in at small forward, possibly. But I just like the fact that he does have the ability to possibly foul out Bryant. I don't think anyone else really does. So I think we'll go with that. Wallace, you can play at 70. You're going to have to play more. Iverson, you could probably play at 65. We'll play you some more minutes, basically. I think we go with that. We have got Clark. So we are basically, our depth is basically Jones is having to come in and play, or Hill. I'm thinking maybe we push you up instead of Jones, mainly because you're actually a centre and you're 6'11", Clark, and it might mean that Jones won't play as much. So let's go with that. I'm thinking, in terms of the foul logic. So basically when Chandler gets fouled, Davis is going to get fouled out. Then Wallace. Then it's probably going to be. I don't think McLeod is set to play centre. No, set to play power forward. So Clark or Hill. So that's what we're going to go with. Let's see if it works. We changed up the defensive strategy a little bit. Oh, hang on, before I do that, let me save in case we get any strange things happening in the game, so we don't crash out. We're going to play. Obviously, we're going to go AI controlled. Huge game 3 here, really. We're on the road now. We need to try and nick one on the road to keep this series sort of alive and going okay for us. Tall order here, I would say. It's going to be tough on the road against the Lakers. Both teams definitely struggling to find their shot early on here. That's okay. I think if it's a lower scoring game, I think we stand a better chance. I think when it becomes a bit of a blowout, then we start to struggle. So it looks like the Lakers have taken a bit of an early lead here. And Clark, you see here, look, immediately Clark has come in. So clearly we need to think about that, because that is just not working at all again for us. Davis is back in now, so it means that probably Chandler has fouled out again within inside 5 minutes against Shaquille O'Neal. So perhaps we think about. So one thing perhaps we think about is we take Wallace out of the lineup. And we basically go, okay, well, for Shaquille O'Neal to beat us, he's got to go through Wallace and he's got to go through Tyson Chandler. Chandler's come back in now. It looks like just basically we've got to try and get someone on the court to basically guard Shaquille O'Neal. if we can do that, then we should be all right. So we've taken a slim lead here. Looks like going into the second half here. So let's take a look at this one. So yeah, Chandler again, 5 minutes he lasted. Ben Wallace managed to last 9 minutes. So between them, they lasted 14 minutes against Shaquille O'Neal of these 21 minutes. And then we've had to throw in. It looks like Davis has had to go in, so he's actually done okay, to be fair. Clark has come in and basically hit foul trouble immediately in 10 minutes, so that's not ideal. Yeah, we are definitely going deep in the front court to try and stop Shaquille O'Neal. Elsewhere, we're doing okay actually. We have forced Bryant into some foul issues with Iverson, so this is going to be interesting. We're up by 5. Last time we went down, we went to an overtime. Can we get over the hump this time? As the Lakers immediately come back against us here. Davis is definitely in at starting, basically our centre now at this point. He's actually not doing okay. He's doing okay against Shaquille O'Neal, so that's an interesting idea. Perhaps we put Davis in there immediately, because he's actually kind of holding his own. He's 5 of 13. He's not getting fouled out, so perhaps it's something we look into for a Game 4 matchup. Because clearly I don't think that's necessarily working as effectively as we want here. We've taken a slim lead now, it looks like, going into the fourth quarter here. Just whether we can stay up on top here, it's going to be tough. 7-point gap. I'm sorry, yeah, 5-point gap now at this point. Shaquille O'Neal is back in against Davis. Wallace is back in at power forward, and he's actually been quite effective there. As Chandler has come straight back in now, so Chandler's foul issues, he's obviously now got the minutes back in to come in here. 4-point game now though, with 5 minutes to go. It's going to be close. It's going to be close, this one. Lynch is 5 of 13, so interesting shooting night for him. It's now a 3-point game. 2 minutes to go. We're going to slow this right the way down now at this point. So it's now a 3-point game. It's just over 2 minutes to go. Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant are having pretty good nights. We are in a weird rotation at this point. We've had to throw Williams and McKee in, so I'm guessing Iverson may have hit some foul issues, possibly, or he's knackered. It's a 3-point game. It's going to go down to the wire, and we hit defensive foul. So immediately we hit 1. So we hit 1 or 2. So I'm 5 point. We hit 2 or 2. Sorry, it's a 5-point game. 2 minutes to go. Basically, this one is going to come down to whether we can just not get into too much foul trouble with Shaquille O'Neal, really. As we dish it off here to Chandler. Chandler is in. Can't find the mark though. Shaquille O'Neal rebounds. Whitney on the ball here. Don't mind if Whitney shoots. Whitney shoots. He misses. Chandler grabs the rebound. We come down the other end. So just over a minute to go now though. So it's all about clock management at this point. And they've stolen the ball. Oh, that's annoying. Shaquille O'Neal's now got it. And there's a kickball violation. So we've got a minute to go. It's a, what is it? I've lost it. It's a 5-point game. Shaquille O'Neal's got it. This is out to Lopez. Lopez, you can shoot. That's fine. Whitney can shoot. I don't mind that. So Whitney shoots. He misses, but he gets 3 throws. He hits 1. He hits 1 of 2. So it's now a 4-point game with 45 seconds to go. We've just got to hold it here. So they foul us immediately. We hit some free throws. 6-point game now. 39 seconds to go. And we fouled again. I think we're probably going to be okay now. It's a 7-point game with 30 seconds to go. We've got some big decisions actually for Game 4 now. What do we do? But we've done okay here. 7 points ahead. Oh, they've stolen the ball back. 21 seconds. They need a minor miracle here at this point. Penalty sits it up. Wallace grabs the rebound. We go down the other end, and at this point, it's over. It's over. We've managed to come away here with a Game 3 win. A massive Game 3 win on the road, which definitely gives us a bit of a slim glimmer of hope here. And let's take a look at it. So yeah, so Bryant fouled out against Iverson, which is fantastic. So that's kind of what we want to see. Shaquille O'Neal obviously dominated. Getting to the line, we don't mind if he gets to the line too much because he's 4 of 12. Chandler played 14 minutes. Didn't get fouled out though, surprisingly. Davis didn't get fouled out, and he actually had a surprisingly good game. So I think our question going into Game 4 is, do we change the rotation? And do we put Davis in as the starter? Because he seemed to do a lot better against Shaquille O'Neal than Tyson Chandler did. I'm not sure why, really, if I'm honest. So I'm gonna put you down to 75, because if you come in, then if Chandler's gonna get fouled out immediately, Davis, you're gonna have to play heavy minutes then, basically, so you stop Clark coming in. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I think that's gonna be the plan. We're going to keep the lineup as is, but Chandler, if you get fouled out, Davis is gonna come in immediately and cover your minutes, and he's gonna basically be at a sub out rate, so he can play a lot of minutes. And we'll see if that's good enough for game 4. I think we keep the defense strategy the same. That seemed to work okay. As we go into a huge game 4 now, if we can find a way. Oh, before I do that, remember CoachFury, save the thing in case you get any funny business in the game. I think this is a huge game 4 for us and for the Lakers. This could decide what happens in the series. If we can take both away games, we're in great shape then at that point. So a huge game here. No one's really changed the lineup. We've obviously changed our strategy quite a bit. And let's see how we get on the road again. I guess surprising things for me to note, probably Eddie Griffin hasn't really done much in terms of the Lakers so far. Whitney has been surprisingly fairly solid for them for a 2-star player. I think from us, I kind of would have expected a lot more from Snow. Basically because he's up against a rotation point guard, I'd have expected him to probably put up like a good 20-25 points, and he hasn't quite done that. Iverson obviously has been fairly disappointing, but he is up against Bryant, so I guess that's the main deciding factor there. It looks like Clark and Davis have had to come in for this rotation, so it looks like we've hit foul trouble here in this first quarter already, but we are up in a very slim lead. McLeod has had to come back in here, so yeah, the Lakers are taking a very slight lead now at this point, and we've pegged them back. Davis is surprisingly doing okay against Shaquille O'Neal, so that's really something for us to note. If we went for the next games at home, that rotation seems to be working okay. It seems like as soon as they hit foul trouble, though, but we're still having to go to the deep end of the bench because energy and things like that. But it means Chandler's actually playing some minutes, which is quite helpful really in terms of offense. As we're taking a very, very slim lead. As I say that, they peg us back. It's neck and neck. It looks like it's going to go into the second half. We've managed to stretch ourselves out a lead here against the bench in the back end of the second quarter. And we've taken a 5-point lead into the half. And how on earth have we done that? So Bryant again's hit foul trouble. He's 15 minutes. Shaquille O'Neal is just kind of doing his business. He's surprisingly 9 of 12 from the free throw line, so he's up that. No surprise. Chandler's fouled issues. Ben Wallace fouled in 2 minutes, which is it's madness. I mean, so he's obviously having to come in and play against O'Neal, and he's just getting fouled immediately. But Davis, I don't know what it is about Davis, but he's not managing to commit many fouls against O'Neal. So he seems to have his number, which is surprising. Obviously, Ken Clark has come in and pretty much fouled himself out immediately. Iverson's having a pretty solid game, 5 of 10. With Snow 4 of 11. That's not really good enough, I'm afraid, Snow. I expect more from you, as we were saying. But we've taken a 5-point lead here as we go into the second half. It's still so open. It's still so close to these. This series really is 2 evenly matched teams. And now they've pegged us back to 3. 3 points again there. It's end-to-end stuff. They've pegged us back to 1. Are they going to slip up into a lead here? Looks like we've managed to just keep a very, very slim margin on them at the moment. Still, I mean, it's going to come down to the fourth quarter again, I think. As pretty much all of these games have at this point. There's a couple of points in it pretty much. I mean, they are shooting pretty well actually tonight. We are not shooting as well, but Iverson is a bit more form in this game. It's going to be very close. Going into the fourth quarter now, there's a 1 point in it. Now 3 points. It's crazy end-to-end stuff. It looks like Bryant has hit foul issues because he hasn't come back in. So that's our glimmer of hope, I guess, as they take a 3-point lead as soon as I say that. It's now set under 7 minutes to go. It's end-to-end stuff. O'Neal's hit 25 points. Blimey, this is going to be a close one. 5-point game now. 5 minutes to go, sorry. 3-point game. 2-point game. 5 minutes. we're edging them out here, edging them out just very, very slightly. And I'm going to slow it right down at this point because Bryant is back in. He's now not in foul trouble. It's a 4-point game. We have got Davis and Wallace in as the front court. So we've managed to actually, just by playing Davis more minutes, we've managed to actually put more of a consistent front court together that's more traditional. As I say, he managed to steal the ball on the break here. They dish it into O'Neal. It's now a 4-point game. 2 minutes to go. We foul O'Neal immediately. He sinks one, he sinks two. It's now a 2-point game. Snow's on the ball, and we had a travel violation for Snow, which is fantastic to do that. 2.5 minutes to go. Dead ball. What happened there? Oh, okay. So Neil mishandled it. It looks like on the outlet, and we've gone up the other side of the court now. And it dishes off to Iverson. Iverson with the ball. Iverson shoots, bricks it. We grab the rebound though. Snow on it. Snow's intercepted by Bryant. Now it's 2-point game. It dishes into Griffin. Dead ball. Okay, it's deflected out of bounds. Out to Whitney. Whitney into Bryant. Bryant. Oh, the ball's been stolen. Eric Snow pulls down. And we've been fouled. Snow takes one. He hits both. 4-point game. 1.5 minutes to go. Oh, what happened there? What on earth happened there? I have no idea what happened there. I'm guessing they passed the ball out of bounds. Iverson on it now. Dishes it out to Davis. Back out to Wallace. Wallace out to Snow. Just got a clock management now. It's all down to clock management. Into Davis. Davis out to Snow. We'll run it down to 4 seconds on the clock. And as a kickball violation, we've got literally 14 seconds. Okay, we've got some of the clock back on that violation. Out to Lynch. Lynch gets fouled. He hits one. He hits one of two. So it's now a 6-point game with a minute left. Still to play for if they get something here. But Bryant's given the ball up again, and we've gone down the other end. And Wallace has slammed it home. Now 8-point game. 50 seconds to go. I think that's probably going to be enough at this point. Unless they manage... Oh, and Rick Fox hits the 3, so it's a 5-point game. 48 seconds to go. They're probably going to force us to foul here, yep. And Snow hits it. He hits one, he hits two. 7-point game now. So they need to basically get something hit from beyond the arc here at this point. Really, to get us back in. It's a bit too strong. They've grabbed... Shaquille O'Neal's grabbed the rebound, though. He puts it back off the glass. It's now a 5-point game. They're probably going to foul us immediately, I would imagine. But they're letting us bring the ball up, so that's interesting. And we put it up. We've missed. It's a 5-point game. 19 seconds to go. They need a score here and a foul, and then hope that they can hit something. And Bryant puts a 3-pointer in. It's now a 2-point game. 13 seconds to go. Are they going to foul us here immediately? 6 seconds to go. They fouled us with 6 seconds to go. He hits one. Oh my god! It's a 3-point game with 5 seconds to go. Bryant takes it. Oh my god, he's put it home. It's now tied up. 2 seconds to go. Can we get something? No, we can't. We are going to overtime. Oh my goodness. I thought we had this one in the bag. I really did. But Kobe Bryant came out of nowhere for them. And we fouled immediately. So O'Neal's at the line. He hits one of two. Oh, guys, I thought we had this one. I thought we had one leg up. Iverson's going to have to really put us out here. Into Wallace. Wallace shoots, puts it down. It's now we're 1 point ahead. 4.5 minutes to go. Bryant's got it into O'Neal. Bryant has had and O'Neal have had 60 points between them in this game. So just to give you a sense of how different the teams are looking. And there was a travelling call for Griffin. Iverson's on the ball. Steps up to Wallace, into Wallace. Wallace distributes it and misses it. Out to Bryant. Coming down the other end now. Shaquille O'Neal on it. O'Neal's moved. Passes it into George. George shoots. Misses it badly, but we grab the rebound. 3.5 minutes more or less to go now. 1 point game. Lynch takes the shot and it hits it in. So it's now a 3-point game. 3.5 minutes to go. And we steal the ball back immediately. Iverson puts it back. We've given ourselves a 5-point gap now. That's massive, massive at this point. In overtime here. I can't believe this one went to overtime. He puts it up. Oh my goodness. Did Griffin just hit the 3? Wow. Eddie Griffin just hit a 3-pointer. Iverson's obviously bringing the ball up for us, gives it out to Snow. Neither have had great shooting nights at this point. 8 of 19, 8 of 18 between them. Iverson hits it. It's stolen, I'm guessing. Oh no, it's stolen by Lopez. Okay, so we didn't actually hit the shot. They shoot, can't find the mark. We grab the rebound. It's a 2-point game with 2.5 minutes to go. And we've immediately given the ball away straight away. Fantastic by McKee. Oh, and they've done the exact same thing. McKee's intercepted the pass. And we've had a dead ball violation there. 2 minutes to go. It's a 2-point game. Iverson on it. Come on, Iverson. We need you to do something here. Oh, and you've given the ball away on the pass. Oh no, it was a block. McKee's brought it up into Snow. Come on, guys. Come on. Iverson, come on. Give us something here. 1 minute 43 to go. Into Lynch. Lynch out to McKee. We really don't want McKee shooting. Iverson, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Out to Snow. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Dishes it out to McKee. McKee's going to have to chuck it up. No, he hasn't. He's giving it out to Wallace. Wallace is going to have to put it up. He puts it up. Didn't get a good look, but we've grabbed the rebound. McKee's grabbed the rebound. Gives it out to Snow. 1 minute 22 left to go here. It's a 2-point game. Into Iverson. If we get a score here, we give ourselves a massive chance. A massive chance on the road here. Out to Iverson. Iverson shoots. It's a defensive foul. He hits 1 or 2. He hits both of them. So now we're in a 4-point game with a minute to go. That's given us a very slim lead here. Out to Lopez for the Lakers. Into Madison. They've got a bit of a deep rotation going on here, I'm guessing, because O'Neal must be knackered at this point. Bryant is in. Griffin's in, but O'Neal's out. And Bryant is giving the ball away again. And we've gone down the other end. And Wallace slams it on the break. It's a 6-point game with 48 seconds to go. Unless Bryant... Oh, and we've stolen the ball again. Unless Bryant can do anything magical again here to keep them in it. We are now up by 8 with 43 seconds to go. Fox has had it. He dishes it out to Lopez. No, not Lopez. That's Madison. Madison hits it off the iron. McKee brings it down. We are pretty much okay now. McKee's hitting the shots from the free throw line as he gets fouled immediately. It's now a 10-point game. I think we've got this one in the bag. I think we're going to be going with a 3-1 lead here now. 7-point game. I think it's over at this point. They haven't even bothered to bring... They've brought the bench in. So they have given up in this one, guys. Bryant is out. Shaquille O'Neal is out. We are going to go 3-1 up in the series. We have managed to win both games on the road against the Lakers, which gives us a fantastic chance to bring the title home at home. As this one plays out here, 4 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. And we've done it. We have done it. We have caused a massive upset with winning 2 road games here. A 7-point win. Bryant actually fouled out in the end, which is huge. O'Neal played 45 minutes, but he must have been knackered because they did not bring him back in for the final minute there. And Allen Iverson with the player of the game, 8 of 21. He's not shooting very well, but he gets the points done. That's a better performance though from them both. I'm not too worried about the volume. If they can force the line, look at that. They've managed to force it to the line 40 times. That's exactly what we want that backcourt to do. And that is huge for us. We are now 3-1 up at home against the Lakers. Can we get the job done? Do we change anything? I think is probably the first question. So let's just check. I don't know. I'm curious whether O'Neal got injured. And no, he didn't. Okay. So no, they just decided not to bring him back in. And I'm thinking we go as is. I don't think we change anything. I think I'm pretty happy with this. We caused 2 road wins with that rotation. So we're going to go on at home, 3-1 up in the series. Can we get it done? Can we bring the title home and give Allen Iverson the championship that he thoroughly deserved for his career? Trying to bring in one here. There's no changes for either lineup. We're both going status quo. It's a huge game here for the Lakers. They are 3-1 down in the series. We are at home. Hopefully we can carry on the momentum that we have had on the road against the Lakers and get the job done. But it's going to be close. Those games have been neck and neck when we watched them through, guys. Immediately, it looks like we've hit foul trouble straight away because Davis and Clark are straight into the rotation here. and we're not even a minute in, halfway through the first quarter here. So that's not really helped us. The Lakers have taken a bit of a lead here, but we've managed to pick them back a little bit here actually. But O'Neal is definitely not done. Bryant is definitely not done in this series, as we've had to play McLeod and Clark as a front rotation, which is madness really. Iverson's managing to shoot pretty poorly. He's 2 of 7. We've taken a very slim lead here in the second quarter though. Davis has come back in, so that's more positive, as we've taken a little bit of a lead here. We've got to just basically keep them at bay. O'Neal's 1 of 3, Bryant's 3 of 6. That's the positive, is that O'Neal's not shooting great. So we don't mind as long as O'Neal has a terrible shooting night. That gives us a massive chance, because I'd rather have to deal with Kobe Bryant than I would with Shaquille O'Neal in this game. He's just a force, as we've managed to take a nice little lead here, mainly through Lynch, who's actually 6 of 7, and Snow 7 of 8. So they're providing the offense. Iverson's still shooting, but he's not doing very well. He's 4 of 12 now, as we've taken quite a nice little lead actually going into the second half. It looks like a nice 15-point lead now. Let's take a look at the halftime stats. So Iverson's, we said, 4 of 12. Snow's having a great game. Lynch is having a great game. You can see here, Wallace again immediately fouled out in 6 minutes. Tyson Chandler immediately sort of hit in foul trouble as well in 3 minutes. So Davis had to come in, who's actually managed to foul himself out. So that's the disappointing thing, is that we are going to have to rely probably on Keon Clark, or to put it in better words, he's probably our fourth front court player, really. Fourth or fifth front court player in terms of centres that we'd really want there. So that's a problem we're going to have to deal with the second half. Obviously, O'Neal's not shooting 2 of 4, but he is getting to the line. So we're going to have to deal with that. Bryant's having a terrible shooting night. He's not hitting any foul issues, but he's not shooting very well. This is all up in the air. I know we've got a 15-point lead here, guys, but we are relying on Keon Clark, our minimum centre, to give us some help with Wallace and Chandler in it at the front court for this second half. It's going to be a big ask for him to basically go up against the league's best centre here and play solid minutes. But who knows? Maybe we get a little bit of a Cinderella story from Keon Clark at this point. But they have pegged us immediately straight back here. We've come back out actually with a pretty good response to that actually. Lynch is having a fantastic game, 10 of 11, which is really driving us forward here at this point. We've managed to keep a nice little bit of a lead. We've got to keep that lead up, because as we've seen in the last game, if they keep it close, they've got guys like Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal who can just come in and really hammer us home a problem as we enter the fourth quarter here with about a 10-point lead. Hill and Chandler are now in as our front court, so we've got some more of our normal traditional front court players in, which hopefully will help us for a little bit of time. Bryant is basically shooting them out of this game at the minute. He's 4 of 19. Lynch is having an amazing game. He's 12 of 15. So we're managing to keep him at bay at this point. It's now 4 minutes to go at this point. 3 minutes to go. We're 11 points ahead. We're going to slow it down now. We're going to watch the final 3 minutes through. We are 10 points ahead, but we have seen from the last game that anything can happen. But hopefully, well, let me put it this way: we're playing Lynch and McLeod as our front court. So Lynch, who's our starting small forward, is actually up against Shaquille O'Neal. So we're asking for some miracles here. We've immediately changed the rotation around. We've obviously hit all kinds of foul issues now, because now Iverson's in, Williams is in, McKee's playing power forward, and Hill is playing centre. So just under 3 minutes to go. We're ahead by 9 at this point. Is that going to be enough? With a strange rotation based on foul issues, is that going to be enough for us to get through here? Eric Snow is now in at shooting guard as well. So Iverson's got the ball, dishes it off, pass is intercepted immediately there. Basically, we need to hope that Bryant and O'Neal don't go off on us in these last 2.5 minutes. Bryant's got the ball. He dishes it out to O'Neal, I think that is. No, that's Griffin. Griffin out to... Oh no, that is Griffin now on the ball. No, that might be Whitney. I'm trying to check the numbers. O'Neal's now got it. We've hit and fouled immediately. O'Neal missed the shot though. That's the main thing. So he hits one. He hits both. It's now a 7-point game with just over 2 minutes to go. So this is going to be very close. McKay's got the ball. We're basically playing small ball. For anyone who's sort of knows a bit about that, we are basically playing small ball at this point. McLeod is in the centre. So we've given it out to Williams. Williams gives it in, and it's intercepted. 7-point game with 2 minutes to go. We've intercepted the ball back by Iverson. So Iverson's bringing the ball up, dishes it out to Williams. Williams brings it up, gives it out to Snow. Snow gives it into Williams again. Running the clock management here is so key. Iverson with 10 seconds on the shot clock left. Iverson gives it out to Snow with 8 seconds on the shot clock, 6 seconds on the shot clock. And there's a dead ball issue there, which means we've got 4 seconds to chuck the ball up here. Iverson, 3 seconds. He puts it up. He's obviously going to miss that one in traffic. We grab the rebound though. That's important. Snow managed to grab the rebound off the rim. And we get fouled. Snow hits it. He hits 1. He hits 2. So now we're up by 9 with 1.5 minutes to go. They bring the ball down here. They need a score and a stop. They put it up. Whitney's missed it badly. He's probably rushed that one. Griffin puts the shot. He misses. We grab the rebound. Now a minute left with 9 points in it, and they foul us immediately. McKay hits it. He hits both. So now we're up by 10. They bringing the ball down. Whitney's bringing the ball down. I think we're probably in good shape now. They've hit the shot immediately. It rattles out by Whitney. We grab the rebound. Snow brings it up. 46 seconds left to go. He gives it into Hill. Hill gives it out to Snow. We've got to just run this clock down, guys. Gives it off to McKee. They're not fouling us. So they did foul us then. So Snow hits it. He hits 1. He hits both. So now we're up by 12 with 37 seconds to go. I think this is going to be it. Come on, guys. Come on. This will be massive. We've managed to beat the Lakers if this happens. Here's the shot. Lopez hits the shot. They are definitely just rushing shots now. We bring the ball down here with Snow. Snow gives it off to McLeod. 19 seconds left. I think we're okay. I think we're going to bring the championship home here, guys. I think it's going to happen with some strange small ball lineup in our, in this game. This game 5. We've managed to do it. And they're just running down the clock now. They're not even bothering to foul us at this point. I think we've done it. We've managed to bring Iverson home the title. Lynch misses the last shot. He's had a fantastic game though. 12 of 16. They can't ask more from that. And we have done it. A 12-point win in game 5. Eric Snow with 31 points. Really helped us get it over. I mean, if I'm honest, Lynch was the linchpin, a better word of a pun, in this one. Chandler fouled out, Wallace fouled out, Clark fouled out, Davis fouled out. So 4 players managed to foul out against Shaquille O'Neal. But we managed to hold him just to 7 shots, so that's the main thing. But we managed to do it. We have taken the title. We have won the championship. Allen Iverson, congratulations. You have won a title in Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 20. We have done it with this roster. We beat the Lakers. We beat a Lakers that was basically a two star players and some bench pieces. But we've managed to do it. Davis, you got injured, but that was worth it. Oh, my goodness me, guys. We've done it in the second season. We've done it basically by building a deep team around Allen Iverson rather than going for the star that we probably really did target. Getting a bit lucky in the draft in that we managed to pick up Tyson Chandler in the 27th pick in the first round and picking up Wallace as a free agent on a big deal. That was basically it. But I have to say, for me, the one who made this happen in this finals was none other than a guy we picked up with a minimum deal, Dal Davis. A guy who, through the season, played some solid minutes off the bench for us, but he ended up being a Shaquille O'Neal stopper in the finals and getting it done for us. I can't believe we've done it. I honestly can't believe we've done it. We've managed to win and take the title home. And Iverson, congratulations. Thoroughly deserved. And I'm so happy we've accomplished it after the back of the Last Dance Let's Play where we didn't manage to accomplish it. But Allen Iverson, congratulations. Fantastic achievement. I really hope you've enjoyed this Let's Play series. I'm really interested to hear what you guys thought. Did you enjoy it? It was a real challenge, a real slog in the end. but we managed to do it in the second season of this Let's Play. And yeah, I'm interested to hear your thoughts, what you think. As always, I really appreciate any feedback you give me. And if you have any ideas for another Let's Play series, be it a historical one based on more modern times, let me know, because we certainly consider it. And I can't believe we've done it. I really hope you've enjoyed the episode and the Let's Play. And as I said, leave your feedback, greatly appreciated. And the like button always helps. And if you're really interested in following along with any further Let's Play series or anything else on the channel, the subscribe button obviously lets you know when the episodes come out. But we have done it, guys. We have brought a title for Allen Iverson. Fantastic. I'm so excited. That's a fantastic achievement. I'm really, really looking forward to what happens in the next Let's Play. What comes up next? What can we do with the next one? We'll certainly see in the coming weeks what happens. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for following along with me.